Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a Beltane May Day bonus reading for the collective for all signs. As some of you may know, May Day and Beltane are closely connected. Beltane, the fire ceremony, May Day, a celebration of fertility and entering into, the warmer spring months here in the Northern Hemisphere. So it's about fertility, about blossoming, and about sort of this rejuvenation and renewal and this growth that we're all experiencing, especially as winter spring turns into summer, winter turns in, we're saying goodbye to the winter months and we're saying hello to the spring and to the summer. So let's go ahead and invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and our spirit guides to the space to deliver the messages that we need to hear for this Beltane May Day reading. Now I am doing a little bit of a different spread. So let's go ahead and see what messages come out for us. Messages for the collective for May Day or Beltane. Messages for the collective for May Day, Beltane reading. In the pre-shuffle, guys, before I started recording, lots of transformation, okay, coming up. All right. All right, I'm liking what I'm seeing, you guys. The overall energy for this reading is the Seven of Summer, which is also the Seven of Cups. This is Cancer, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, excuse me. Psychic slip, there may be a Leo involved here. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. So you may be presented with a lot of different options. It could be a lot of blessings. It will be up to you to sort of cut through any sort of confusion and see which one is best for you. But it's nice to have options, you guys, right? That means you are in control. That you don't have to just take something because you need it, but you have this sort of this peace and this calm and this wisdom in order to choose which one is actually best for you or which ones work for you. Now, the first card out is the Hanged Man. So this is Piscean energy, Neptunian energy. This is all about an awakening. As you guys may know, at this time, there is this great awakening. A lot of people are realizing, their spiritual gifts and realizing that there's much more than just the 3D. This is in the position of your safety and emotional security. So what you need to feel safe, where you're secure in yourself. And, this is the energy that you can work with to produce any sort of feelings of safety. And that's really getting in touch with your spirit guides, listening to the messages that you're receiving, either through prayer or through meditation, looking for signs and synchronicities. This is all about changing the way you're looking at the situation, embracing your uniqueness. So maybe you're going to be doing something that you're not used to doing or something that other people don't expect of you. You might be sort of shirking convention at this time, and it also might require a temporary pause in action. All right, in order to feel safe, in order to regain your footing, especially those of you who might be experiencing ascension symptoms. If you've been doing the work, the prayers and the meditations, then you might sort of feel some flu-like symptoms, or you might experience some difficulties in some relationships, because as we grow and evolve spiritually, we can feel it, in our relationships and even in our physical body. So the next card out is your abundance, which is really, really nice to have the Knight of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sag energy. And, abundance can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, including money, happiness, energy, rest, work, just a sense of vitality. But it also, can represent, your emotions And by releasing any blocks that might be challenging you, this will really help you, bring more abundance into your life. And I love that we have so much spring coming out, because it is really speaking to this May Day Beltane time of year. The Prince of Spring may represent you, an aspect of yourself, or somebody else that's either coming into your life or that you've already met or is already a part of your life. This person is charming, self-confident, passionate, and a little bit restless. This is requiring immediate action, a challenge that you can successfully manage, and a passionate relationship. Okay, so really focusing on those is going to help you attract the abundance that you need at this time. Okay, and it could be in the form of a younger energy. And it could be in the form of a masculine energy. Now, don't get confused with gender, because we all do have masculine and feminine, energies within ourselves. Okay, but again, stepping into your confidence, focusing on your passion, and also, with this awakening card, it's really trusting your inner wisdom. And the Prince of Spring, although sometimes, he can be a bit impulsive, or this energy can be impulsive, there may be a need for planning. It is really believing in yourself and believing that you can dodge any bullet or overcome any obstacle that's thrown your way, because you were born to do this, you were meant to do this. Now, the next card out is about regeneration, exploring your possibilities, the bold action that's needed to grow and flourish. And since this is a little bit of a challenging card, it's going to show you the blocks that are keeping you from your heart's desire. And this is definitely a challenging card, the Five of Spring. It can be a little bit of a mess. It can be competition. It can be toxic relationships. It can just be kind of chaos as well. And this is opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, and overly ambitious people. So I really do feel like this relates to your Seven of Cups energy. That's the overall energy. You could be feeling like you're at odds with yourself, right? Because you have a lot of options to choose from, and that could be creating a little bit of confusion. And we see that here in the Five of Spring. Although the Five of Wands or the Five of Spring is often it's oftentimes, it's toxicity. It's about competition as well. Okay, so in order for you to bring about this beautiful transition and this regeneration, it's not going to be easy. You're going to really have to work through, you work through any differences you might have with this new way of thinking or this new way of being. And you might have opposition from people around you as you're making this shift or going through this shift. Now, this shift can be moving out of one relationship into another. It could be going from single to coupled. It could be, changing jobs, okay, with a changing economic climate. It can be a spiritual journey as well, which the Awakening card speaks to as well, which, could be that you have to turn your back on old ways of thinking or believing and or people, right? We cannot take everyone and everything with us as we grow and as we evolve, okay? It's unfortunate, but it's true. The next card out is about your love, emotions, and relationships, and it has to do with all sorts of love. Now, when the Pentacles card comes out, or in this case, we have the Autumn card coming out, it relates to, sensuality, the body, and the value you place on love. And you guys get one of the highest coming out, which is the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Autumn, who is generous, stylish, gracious, and practical. The Queen of Autumn is very fertile. She's like the ultimate earth mother. She takes care of, she takes in abandoned animals, people, takes care of broken birds, is there to patch up any boo-boos or ouches. She's all about healing, right? And she's this beautiful maternal energy as well. And usually, animals aren't afraid of her. She's all about creating abundance and very fertile as well. And the message on this card says, be practical with respect to how you proceed, the ability to make anything more beautiful, meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. So it may be all about meeting somebody who shares the same values as you do, or the same vision for the future. This is a very feminine energy. Again, that doesn't mean gender. So this could represent you. It's a beautiful card, right? Because it's about love, and she's about creating that fertile environment, whether it's external or internal, to not only tap into your inner wisdom, but to create and to manifest. And a very good, a very beautiful sign for money and for health as well as love. Okay. Now, the final outcome position, you guys get the Eight of Spring, which is beautiful because the Eight of Wands card for me is my Law of Attraction card, and it's all about you doing the work and, vibrating at the frequency at which you want to attract, like or similar things. So this is stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, sudden events or changes. But I actually see this as this beautiful, like somebody looking up and seeing those fireworks. This is fireworks. This is things happening really quickly. So it is important that you are prepared. Okay, that you're prepared for this big shift, that you're going to have to make some important choices at this time. But the Seven of Cups is also, the Seven of Summer is all about dream big. And look at this focused intention we see here with this beautiful rainbow coming out. And that you're going to be able to manage everything very comfortably and with ease, although it's going to happen really quickly. And you're going to be, even though it might be a little bit stressful, it's going to happen very quickly. I think that what you've been trying to manifest is going to come to fruition. Okay, whether that's love, whether that's health, whether that's abundance, wealth, a job, a creative endeavor. And you're going to be able to do it seamlessly. Okay. Although again, I think it's funny they say stress. I never think of stress when I think of the Eight of Wands. I think of, everything kind of coming together, although it does happen very quickly. The Eight of Wands is also, originally the Eight of Wands were the wands of love. So really, again, a good sign for those of you who are manifesting or are consulting this reading about a love relationship. Now, love can come in many forms, as you guys know, romantic or with your family or with your passions, your creative projects, your job. So let's go ahead and pull some additional messages for the collective for this May Day Beltane reading. All right, financial constraints, number 13. So yeah, some of you guys have to shift your perspective and out of a mentality of lack. I know that a lot of us are facing instability when it comes to our jobs or our homes, economic resources. And these financial constraints, I feel like this is the perspective that needs to shift, change the way you're looking at the situation, change the way that you're looking at, at receiving, giving and receiving love or abundance, and especially money. And also shifting out of that perception that for some reason maybe this, some of you might be falling into this always happens to me, I'm never going to have the resources that I need, that sort of thing. And taking a look at this opportunity, especially if you've had a loss, like lost a job or a real change in your income, taking a look at it as taking a different perspective to see how this might be a real opportunity for you to change and to grow. All right, and then you get action. I love that because, that's coming out on top of the Knight of Wands and the Five of Wands. And action, I love the black and the white horses. This is about unity. You and a partner or you and your higher self might be joining together to move, to speed things up and doing that work. Excuse me, I just hit the camera. To pair up, you and your higher self or you and somebody else to take action and things. This is horsepower, right? When we think of horsepower, it's strong, it's fast. We think giant engines, we think airplanes, we think, fast cars, and this is just really powerful energy. So again, the Prince of Spring card was telling us immediate action is necessary. So don't procrastinate, and that comes out with the Seven of Cups. There's no more procrastinating. It's time to, it's time to get this show on the road, you guys. The time is now. All right, and then you guys get contract. Number 6, this is my card of Venus. Sixes are about love, unconditional love. It can be romantic. It can also be about money. And, you know, this is all about a contract. This is all about, for some of you, this has to do with work. For others of you, it may have to do with a marriage. It could be a verbal or a non-verbal. It could be a written contract. It could be a verbal contract. It could just be an understanding between you and another person. Very interesting. You know, she's got a blindfold on. So again, Spirit's asking you, when you're making this decision, try to be objective. Okay, but I mean objective, but at the same time, trusting your intuition, right? So do take a look at the pros and cons, but then also which one, you know, if it comes that it's an even tie, you know, 50-50 in making this decision, you know, this is where it's, you just inherently know. Okay, like the Prince of Wands, you just know what's right for you. And look at that. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck, number 3, Blossoming Abundance. 3 is the card of the Empress, right? And that's falling right on top of the Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, growing. You know, she's fertile, she's creativity. So that can be creating in any area of your life, and a huge, things are going to speed up. There might have been a pause. You might have been working towards something and you've hit a plateau financially, physically, in a relationship, you know, whatever it might be. And Spirit saying it's time to take action, to keep going, all right? And try to find an internal balance here. But, you know, really good things are happening here. And at the bottom of the deck, we have a man holding a coin. Yeah, so there's somebody who wants to invest in you, all right? And, you know, and Spirit's going to show you the way if you haven't already met this person. So, ooh-wee, you guys, this is a nice reading. Very nice reading. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some additional cards for you guys. Oh, I'm going to spill them all over. Sorry, guys, my hands are cold. All right, additional messages for the collective for Mayday, Beltane. Remember, whenever you see this reading or listen to it is when you were meant to, okay? Because it's just sort of encompassing springtime and, you know, the possibilities that are available to you after May 1st. All right, so you guys get enlightenment, pursue spiritual growth. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And you can see all of her chakras are balanced. Look at how much rainbow energy. I mean, if we just take a look at these two cards, they flow right into each other. Yeah, it's time to, you guys, a lot of you guys I know have been doing the work. I read your comments. Your power comes from making a decision. And, you know, it's time to maybe focus on you, on your spiritual self. Some of us may have been too focused on the 3D, and that might come in the form of, you know, a little tower moment. Although I don't know that tower moments can be little, but, you know, total paradigm shift, you know, really realizing either in a relationship or in your life what's really important, especially as we're in lockdown. Some of us may have been with somebody that was really great when there were sort of all of these distractions, the bells and whistles, dancing, dinner, late nights out on the town, what have you. But now that there's none of that, you know, it might be a perspective shift and a shift more towards balance and spirituality. Okay, not for everyone. That just might be a message for someone out there. All right, and then you get cheer up, live in the moment. Very nice. Yeah. So, you know, this card is all about also the blues. Don't worry. Again, you might have had this little pause here. You might feel like, you know, material wealth, you know, is in peril at the moment. Your stability, you know, your financial stability isn't where you would like it to be, but Spirit's saying cheer up. There's some really good things coming to you. And there's no coincidence. It falls right next to that Blossoming Abundance card, you guys. So I think there's going to be some unexpected turns for the better coming to you. Additional messages for the collective for Beltane, Mayday. Whoop. And you guys get empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Yep, so some of you guys are definitely, you know, empaths out there. And so again, some of you might have been really picking up on energy of the collective or anybody that you are attached to energetically here. You know, and so that's really important to discern, you know, are these feelings coming from you or are they coming from somebody that's energetically attached to you? Okay, so make sure that you're living in the moment, you're staying present. Make sure that you're not too attached to the past, to things that no longer serve you. Again, being too concerned with the way things were, the way things used to be, is going to take you out of the present and may cause depression. And if you're too nervous, focused on the what ifs and the coulda, woulda, shouldas, and then also too, concerned with the future. I'm not saying we don't concern ourselves with the future, but the importance of staying in the present, okay, is going to keep that anxiety at bay. All right, and then we get worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Yeah, so some of you guys are very worried, understandably, about the future and everything that's going on here. Okay, so, but Spirit's saying, it's not doing you any good. Again, raise that frequency, you guys. Whoop. And this guy wanted to pop out. Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. Okay, number 32 breaks down to a 5. Remember, 5s are about sudden changes or fluctuation, and see the big picture. Okay, again, seeing the big picture is going to really help you see different sides of the story and may really help you get out of, these feelings of worry here. Okay. All right, and then you guys get Wombat Spirit, be at home. I like this. And look at how these two cards, they form this beautiful pair. They're almost, they're different animals, but they have that beautiful, this beautiful bubble, this beautiful light green bubble around them. And green, when we think of green, I think of the suit of pentacles, we think of abundance. It's also a very calming color. Okay, green can be the color, that's used in hospitals and that sort of thing as a calming color. Let Spirit be your guide and be at home. Calm yourself. And then also, I really think some of you might be picking up on, might be very highly empathetic. It might be empaths, readers, healers, and you might be picking up on other people's worry if it's not your own. And in that case, again, I always say this, but you guys can do some cord cutting, especially helpful if you have any selenite around to do that. You guys can also use, some different stones to do, to absorb any negative energies that you might be picking up on from, the collective or from people around you or anybody you're energetically attached to. I know I've said that like 100 times, but Spirit really wants you to step into that energy. And there's also some meditations that you can do either with the angels or just, to create that bubble of protection so that you're protected from any sort of anything that might not be yours coming in here. Okay, so again, it will be important if you're feeling the blues, if you're feeling a little bit out of sorts, to really check and see if it's your energy, because for a lot of you, I'm getting that it's not, that it's other people's. Okay, and so there's things that you can do. And again, that cleansing, we see that with the rainbow here, and we also saw that with enlightenment. Do the work, you guys. I know a lot of you already are, but make sure that you do take some special time. You might want to take, spiritual baths with sea salts if you can, and I even heard some people put sea salt in their, in their body wash, when they don't have time for a bath. But there's lots of different things that you can do to clear out that energy. Okay, so final message for the collective for Mayday Beltane. All right, and you guys get Hathor. Wow, this is very maternal energy, receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. Hathor was, she's an Egyptian goddess, and she's goddess mother. So again, for some of you, this might have to do with an issue or your relationship with your mother or being a mother. Hathor says, you have a maternal side that you need to, that side to you that naturally cares for those in need. And we see that here coming out with your Queen of Pentacles. Yet this must be balanced with receptivity, or the flow is blocked. Again, look at that. We have the Earth Mother next to the balance card. Wow. Receiving is the essence of feminine energy, and it means allowing yourself to receive with grace and gratitude. If you feel guilty when asking others for help, or if you feel bad about receiving gifts, then you block your feminine energy. Your receptivity is just as natural as your nurturing, giving energy. Receptivity allows you to better hear the voices of the angels. When you receive, you have more resources to give others. Begin by noticing the hundreds of gifts you receive each day, whether it's seeing beauty in nature, witnessing a touching human moment, or being hugged by a loved one. Simply say thank you for each gift and know that they're filling up your storehouse, keeping the divine flow going strong. Now, one thing I wanted to get to before I finish is the Queen of Pentacles. She can be an overgiver. And it's really important that you check yourself if you are overgiving in any situation, okay, or where that might be relevant in your life. Hathor was the beloved Egyptian goddess represented by the head of a cow to symbolize the sacred animal's life-giving milk and mothering. Hathor is, and cows are also about fertility and they're about abundance, right? Hathor is a benevolent sky and sun goddess who helps with all aspects of child conception, birthing, and raising. Call upon Hathor to guide you in nurturing yourself and your loved ones. Wow. So, again, this is a message for those of you who are really worried about your current situation. This is a message from Spirit that you guys are going to be okay, that you're going to be taken care of. The various meanings of this cards are to be still and listen. Okay, spiritual enlightenment, this awakening card, right? Release guilt about receiving. Some of you guys might have to collect disability. You might have to, might be receiving stimulus checks, whatever it might be. It might be something that you've never done before. Okay. And it might, some people have a stigma, they think, well, I've never done that. I never wanted to do this. But now everything is different. And so allow yourself to receive. Ask for help, increase psychic awareness, know that you're in a learning cycle, healing is occurring, be more in your feminine energy, child conception, pregnancy, or birth, including adoption or favorable custody arrangements. Again, for some of you, this might have to do with divorce. And all of these or one of these may be issues in your life, but only you guys will know. So definitely leave me a comment. I just want to thank you guys for listening, for all the love and support you show this channel. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.